Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so first I want to thank everyone for joining. Welcome everyone, both parents, guardians, and students to our grade 10 orientation session. All right, and as customary with everything, we want to put God first. So this morning we'll be having our devotion. All right, with our theme, refocus, reset, and restart. All right, so let us begin with an opening prayer. Okay. Most righteous and eternal God, we come to you this morning, giving you thanks, honor, and praise. Dear God, we give you thanks, my God, for life and yet another opportunity to praise you. Heavenly God, as we are here gathered this morning, mighty God, on this platform, mighty God, with our grade 10 orientation session. I pray, dear God, that you will be with us. Whatever we will discuss, mighty God, will be to the benefit of the students, mighty God, and we can have a good time. Heavenly Father God, I pray, dear God, that you will lead, you will direct, and you will guide us throughout this session. Bless everyone who is online with us today. Mighty God, I pray, God, for deliverance and guidance as we look to you and we tell you thanks. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. So that's the official welcome to everyone this morning. All right, I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning already. So here the order of our devotion. We will be having some praise and worship, and the songs that we'll be singing, the scripture that we'll be reading, an exhortation, and a closing prayer. Miss Walcock, are you online?
Good morning, Mr. McDermott. Mrs. Welcome is here.
Walcock, I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yes.
All right, students. So it is now your time to sing. I may not be able to see you, but you can hear my voice. Is everybody hearing my voice okay? Students? All right, so we're going to begin our live choruses. You are seeing them on the screen, so you should be able to follow as well. Let us start. You better get right with God. Come and do it now. Under the cross of Jesus, I lay my burdens down. You better get right with God. Come and do it now. Get right, get right, get right with God. You better get right with God. Come and do it now. Under the cross of Jesus, I lay my burdens down. You better get right with God. Come and do it now. Get right, get right, get right with God. We shall have a grand time up in heaven. We shall have a grand time up in heaven. Have a grand time. Walking with the angels, singing hallelujah. We shall have a grand time up in heaven, have a grand time. Won't it be a time when we get over yonder? Won't it be a time when we get over yonder? Won't it be a time when we get over yonder? Won't it be a time? And then we're going to bring it down to a very important song that we need to learn. J-O-Y, joy, joy in the Lord. After 2, 1, 2. J-O-Y, Jehovah, joy, joy in the Holy Ghost. Jehovah, joy, joy in the Lord. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Joy in the Lord. Jehovah, joy, joy in the Holy Ghost. Jehovah, joy, joy in the Lord. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Joy in the Lord. Amen. Thank you for your lovely singing. At this time, we'll have a scripture reading by Mrs. King. It's taken from Matthew 14, 22, to 31. You may go ahead, Mrs. King. All right, it seems as though Mrs. King is having some technical difficulties. So I will go ahead and read the scripture reading. It's taken from Matthew 14, verse 22 to 31. Oh, she's here. All right.
Sorry, I was reading like crazy, not realizing that I was muted. And I was nearing the end. Can I tell you?
Oh my, all right. Proceed, my dear, proceed.
I'm so sorry. And straightway, Jesus constrained his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him onto the other side while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, and I'm just going to skip for time. I'm going to skip and go down to 27. And straightway, Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid. And Peter answered and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And Peter was come down out of the ship. He walked on the water to go to Jesus. And when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And we're going to stop right there this morning. And I just want us to, as we are reminded of this passage that was read, we must focus, or better yet, refocus on Jesus and not on our surroundings or situations, however real they are. That he, Jesus, is the all-able and capable one. It is Jesus who can reset our personal condition. I am commending Jesus to us. He is the artist of resetting anything, but we need to ask him. Peter had to cry out, Lord, save me. The word of God reminds us that when we cry to him, he will hear and he will come to us. He will give us, he will help us to restart together. We can only truly achieve and succeed with Jesus, who is very able and capable. Amen. At this time, I'm going to ask our dear Hugh McDermott to close off with prayer at this time.
Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord. So, Heavenly Father, as we gather before your mercy, we get another time. Mighty God, we just want to thank you this morning, dear God, for us being able to share in your word. Mighty God, help us not to look on the things, mighty God, around us, mighty God, because if we do, we will sing. But help us, mighty God, to have faith, mighty God, in whatever it is that we are doing. Help us, mighty God, to look to you for our source. Help us, mighty God, to look to you for our understanding and our wisdom, mighty God, because we cannot do nothing without you. Mighty God, I pray dear, mighty God, for everyone here on this platform this evening, mighty God, and the proceedings, mighty God, that will follow. I pray dear, mighty God, that you will be our strength and our guide. Continue to grant us grace and mercy and be with us, mighty God, through troubling times, mighty God, because we look to you and we tell you thanks in Jesus' name. Mr. Williams, it's over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, my team, Mr. McDermott, Mrs. King, and Mrs. Walcom. Thank you for your very inspirational devotion this morning. I would just like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone who is on the platform at this moment. Just want to also say welcome to a new school year for my students who are moving from grade 9 and they are now into grade 10. When it comes to this time, we regard you as senior students. This is the time when you are now preparing or continuing your whole aspect of the CSEC syllabus, moving into the grade 11 aspect, where we prepare you for examination. So when it comes to grade 10, parents and students, it's no joke time. It is time to settle down, ensure that we refocus, ensure that we reset, and ensure that we restart. As the theme suggests for this year, we just want to embrace it, accept it, and move into 2021-2022 school year. All right, so I would like to take this opportunity to just wish you a warm and wholehearted welcome back to Jose Marti Technical High School. I know that you have missed school based on all that is happening, but your life is spare and we have to give God thanks for that, because in all of this, without him, we are nothing. So we just have to give thanks for all of that. And as the devotion exercise encourage us, just to keep the focus as we move forward in this school year. All right, so I'm going to just give a brief little address as it relates to what is expected as we move into the program, right? I hope that all persons who are a part of my program is readily and available at this time. I'm understanding that we are live stream, so we have to ensure that we are on target in ensuring that this program goes smoothly today. I just want to make mention of my other two supervisors who work alongside me, two beautiful ladies. Unfortunately, one of my supervisor is not present at the moment because of engagement that was prior to our orientation. But she has always and continue to put her input in all that we are doing. Her heart is here, and she ensures that we are ready today to give parents information and students the necessary material moving forward. Her name is Mrs. Spence Smith, and my other supervisor is Mrs. Keisha Ford Walker. As we work along together as a team, which also involves my Nikki. What's it reaching?
You're muted, sir. You're muted accidentally.
Yes. Am I back now?
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gilson. As we all know, the technical difficulties that happens at this time. So I apologize for that moment. All right, so as we continue, just want to encourage my parents first that we know it is rough, and we just want you to just relax, ensure that, as I said earlier on, we put God first so that we can be strong moving forward. All right? Students, as I mentioned, CXC syllabus will begin here, and it is time for us to settle down. And when I say us, I'm also including teachers, that we prepare you for the CSEC. We want to ensure that all our students that are involved in the teaching and learning online, and when we do get back face-to-face, are all recommended for the CSEC in grade 11. So it's not a joke here, students. As I called you, senior students, some persons might not be on when they were in grade 9. Grade 10 period is not the time for that, not at all. Encouraging you. I hope that you have some new devices up and running, whatever means of getting online. Make sure you push out the little extra effort. We all know that things are rough, but we have to prioritize to ensure that the students' parents get the proper education that is needed for them, because based on what is happening, if you don't have a skill at this time in your life, we might be in some serious problem. So being at Marti, we guarantee that when you are finished, you will be a rounded individual to move into the world of work. All right, with no further delay in all that welcome and opening remark, I'm going to now allow one of our vice principal, Mrs. Stoller, and I want to just welcome the other vice principal who is online, Mrs. Dennis, acting principal, vice principal, also Miss Bogle, our lower school vice principal, and our principal who is on his way, but in difficulties as it relates to on the road. But at this time, I'm going to invite our vice principal for grade 10 to speak to you briefly at this time. Mrs. Stoller?
I am on, Mr. Williams. I'm just trying to sort out something with my computer. Give me a minute.
All right. Right. So these are some of the things that we face, students. The challenge with the internet. And I believe Miss is ready to go now. Go ahead, Miss.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Good morning, parents, guardians, students, and my colleagues. A very warm welcome to my senior students of grade 10. You will notice that I stressed on the senior And I know Mr. Williams also stressed on that previously too. Why? Because I want you to think carefully about it, that yes, you are the senior student. Being the senior students, it comes with many responsibilities and expectations of you. You must accept responsibility for your actions and be held accountable for your performance. Remember, it does not rest only with your teachers. With your teachers to see to it that you do well, but it also rests with you. It is a partnership. If at grade 9, your performance was not that good, it is a new school year. Therefore, you just need to refocus, reset, and restart. And of course, Mr. Williams mentioned it earlier that this is our theme for this academic year. Let me give you a snapshot as to what your year will be like in grade 10. Grade 10 is a critical year of your life. You will actually start your CXC syllabus, and at the end of your tenure in grade 10, you will be recommended for your different CXC subjects. And you must, and I'm going to stress on that, you must get good grades in order to be recommended for a subject. You will also be introduced to and will begin your CXC projects. Please work hard and do not waste time. It was Devo Tashai which said, or who said, you can't recycle wasted time. And I'll say it again. You can't recycle wasted time. That's a quote that I want you to think on carefully and even to write it down this morning. You can't recycle wasted time. I do not want to scare you or even wish for you to become anxious from what I have just said about what your grade 10 life will be like. But it is a reality, grade 10 students. It is a reality. You must ensure that you remain focused, because where focus goes, energy flows. And without a doubt, you will perform well. Students, I know that this is a difficult time for all of you, all of us for that matter. But do not sit and worry about the pandemic. Get on with your learning. While we wait to go back to face-to-face classes, you must shine and make the best use of your learning experiences online. Remember, God has a plan and a purpose for your lives, according to Jeremiah 29, verse 11. This pandemic has wreaked havoc on all of us. But refocus, reset, restart, so as to conquer all in grade 10. Let me guide you as to some of the things you can do so as to perform at your optimum. And I list them. Revise topics taught daily. And as a matter of fact, before you even revise the topics that are taught daily, you need to prepare a study timetable, a study guide, a study schedule. You must attend your classes on time, whether face-to-face or online. Attend school regularly. So whether we go back face-to-face, whether we're online, you must attend school regularly. Write down the dates that your assignments are due and complete them on time. Meet your teachers' deadlines. Be organized and manage your time well. Respect your teachers and your peers. Okay? Be on your best behavior online or whether you go back face to face. You don't have any time to waste, as I mentioned earlier. And cooperate with your teachers so that your time in grade 10 will be a rewarding and fulfilling one. Please be reminded that you are valuable to us students. And as a school, we care deeply about you. We love and appreciate you because guess what? You are our students. And amidst the uncertainties, it is our goal to help you to do well so that your learning experiences at Marti Technical High School, the best school in Spanish Town, will be a memorable one. Grade 10 students, set the tone for success. This year, look ahead and run the race for the prize. You can, you will, just focus, reset, refocus, reset, and restart. Now, my charge to you, our valued parents. We crave your support so that we can give your children a good education. I implore you to play an integral role in your children's lives. Even though they're older now and at grade 10, yes, at another grade level, it is especially at this time that they need you. Watch over them. Check their timetables, check their notebooks, speak with them, and find out what is happening at school. When you are not sure about something, parents, and need clarity, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. Reach out to your children's or to your child's subject teachers, form teachers, grade coordinators, just anyone for that matter, so that you will be in the know. You will be in the know. You will know what is happening. Your input in your child's school life will make you a proud parent at the end. Remember to support, affirm, and encourage your children. They are the heritage of the Lord and the future generation that must be empowered in order to help build this, our nation. So parents, students, guardians, this morning, it's a pleasure speaking with you. And so for the remainder of the school year, I do wish for you and your child, your ward, a rewarding one, a productive one. So thank you for listening. Do enjoy the rest of your day and God bless you.
Thank you, Mrs. Stoller. Thank you very much, our noble Vice Principal of grade 10. At this time, I'm going to invite our esteemed and very also noble principal of the Jose Marti Technical High School, Dr. Austin Wright, to speak to you at this moment. Sir?
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. Thank you much. Morning, parents. Morning, everyone. Good morning. It is the day that the Lord has made. We must rejoice and be glad in it. I am happy to be here this morning and that I am still alive. Despite the challenges, I am still alive. Thanks be to God. This morning, are you hearing me, everyone? Are you hearing me, Mr. Williams?
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you.
Okay, thank you. I want to welcome the parents to another orientation. Last year, you would have been in grade 9, and this year you are in grade 10. And also, not only welcome you, but also asking that you stay safe into this pandemic. I have never experienced such a pandemic. And so it has allowed me to think that really so many things happening around us, and we need to just remember who created us and who is the one who is able to keep us and guide us. I want to acknowledge Vice Principal Michelle Bogle, Vice Principal of Academics and School Community Development. I want to acknowledge Mrs. Nadia Tullo, Vice Principal of Examination and Students Affairs. I want to acknowledge also Ms. Keisha Dennis, Vice Principal of Administration and Sports. And Mrs. Dennis is acting for Mr. Dr. Pottinger, who is on her 8 months vacation leave. I want to acknowledge the great coordinators, Mr. Sean Williams, esteemed Mr. Sean Williams. And I also want to acknowledge Miss Sharon Smith, Vice President of the Past Student Association, the New York chapter. I want to acknowledge all my form teachers who are here, parents, and my students. I must acknowledge you all. And certainly God has been good to us. I can see that we have over 279 person, 280 person online, which speak volume, which speak that we are doing well as a school. Some schools have not seen so many students in their entire school. And therefore, I want to thank you parents for coming out and sharing and being a part. So our theme for this year is refocus, reset, and restart, the 3 R's. Refocus, reset, and restart. And you know, the first thing I want to say before I go on to what I'm going to say is that many of you at grade 10, when you came to grade 7, never wanted to come to Marti. But Marti has nothing to do with where you want to go. Marti want to tell you where you are to bloom where you are planted. My expectation for you is to bloom where you are planted. And if you bloom where you're planted, there should not be any wavering in your mind whether you want to stay at Marti, yes or no, because you're asked to bloom where you are planted. However, my subtopic for this morning, my encouragement to parents, students, and teachers. I'm sure every time I speak, a teacher will get something, a parent will go away with something, and a student will go away with something. And certainly, I want you to understand that as we move along, you are in the whole matter of blooming where you are planted. My subtopic for our topic for the entire year, which is refocus, reset, and restart. My subtopic this morning is leave the rest to God. Leave the rest to God. And somebody may ask, why do you say leave the rest to God? because our ways are not God's ways, our thoughts are not God's thoughts, and our actions are not God's action. So after you have focused, after you have reset, after you have restarted, leave the rest to God. And I want to say that again. After you would have refocused your mind, after you would have reset your mind, reset your intention, and restart, ready to restart, I am going to ask you to leave the rest to God. And parents, if you feel like you have done your best, leave the rest to God. Only the best is good enough. Once you have done your best, leave the rest to God. God is able to carry you through this pandemic. And if you don't leave the rest to him, you are going to fail. You see, God delay is denial. God delay is not his denial. And you are expected to leave the rest to God. The manifestation of a promise of God may delay, but leave the rest to God. The best way to predict your future is to create it. The best way to predict your future, you need to create it mentally. So you may ask yourself the question, how long will you take to refocus? How long will it take you to reset your mind? How can I reset my mind? How can I change my mind? The Bible gives it clearly. We should be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And therefore, if our minds are transformed, then we'll be able to do what we are created to do. Because there's a plan that God would have had for us. He would have created us with a plan. And there's a blueprint that is on our life. And so everyone is created by God. And so God would have a plan for you. And the best thing you need to do when you have done all that you think you would have done, reset, refocus, and restart. Leave the rest to God. The next question is, how long will it take me to restart? How long will it take me to reset? How long will it take me to refocus? I'm here to say, don't allow it to take too long. Start to think positively. Do not continue on the negativity. Start to think positive. Now it is God time to refocus. Now it is good time to refocus. Now it is God time to refocus. And now it is good time to refocus. It is good time to reset. It is good time to restart. That's what you want to do at this time. You see, your success and happiness lies in you. Your success and your happiness lies in you. Leave the rest to God. You cannot go back and make a brand new start, but we can start from now and make a new ending. And I would want to say that again. You cannot go back and make a brand new start, but we can start from now and make a new ending. Leave the rest to God. There is no substitution. There is no substitution for hard work. There is no substitution for hard work. Leave the rest to God. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. The word itself say, I am possible. The word itself say, I am possible. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. And so if you are going to go up, you are going to need to change your thoughts, change what you think, and think positively. Why? Because you want to bloom where you are planted. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you cannot do. Leave the rest to God. I encourage you to refocus, reset, and restart on what matters most. What is it that matters most? Education is a driving force, not a driving force out of poverty. Education is a driving force out of poverty. That is what matters most. Helping to make the world a better place. That's what matters most. Get the skill required for labor market. That's what matters most. Training and development. That's what matters most. Turning your dream into reality. That's what matters most. Because if you dream it, you can do it. Therefore, bloom where you're planted. That matters most. Once you have done your best, leave the rest to God. Let God handle the rest. Let God take it from where you leave it. Do your best, and God will do the rest. Do your best, and God will do the rest. Despite the challenges, God is still in control. Allow him to do the rest. Carry out that which you placed in his hand. Allow him to carry it out. Leave it to him. Do not continue to be cast down because you do not know what God is about to do. Leave the rest to God. Follow his obedience. That's what matters most. Parents, leave the rest to God. Your child may not be how you'd want him to be or who you'd want him to be. Leave the rest to God. Our world is changing by different people's opinion. Do not change yours. Keep your opinion, but leave the rest to God. Do only what you are told to do and not what you think you should do. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is the way of death. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. The step of a man is ordered by the Lord. Leave the rest to God. So tell yourself, the rest belongs to the Lord. The calculation is not your task. The final say, it is not your task. The final say is not another man's task. The final say, it is not who you think of the final say, but the final say is God.
Right.
Leave the rest to God. Leave the rest to God. And in closing, don't mess up the rest when you have done your best. Don't mess up the rest when you have done your best. God is depending on your best while he will done the rest. Leave the rest to God. Student, please don't walk out of the best. Don't leave out of the best. Don't leave until you receive the rest. Student, please don't walk unless you are walking in the footprint of the best. Too many students are walking out of the best when God can do the rest. Many students are not at school. Many students are not participating in school, and they have been cast down. They love the quick money. They love the quick things. They love the microwave money. They love the fast food money. That's not it. Education will take you out of poverty. So parents, the Lord make a promise. The Lord make a declaration. He said that he will do the rest. Tell yourself the rest belongs to the Lord. Parents, you may have only afford one uniform and you cannot afford anything else. Leave the rest to God. You may have 3 children and there is no father to help, and you are the only one, and your job salary has cut. There's a cut on your salary. You are not going home with the same. Leave the rest to God. I may sound like I'm preaching, but it certainly is an encouragement to somebody. And I'm sure somebody is feeling that whole transformation while I'm speaking, that we need to leave the rest to God. Tell yourself, God will do the rest. And certainly you can do all things because he will give you the strength. Leave the rest to God. And I want to close by reminding you that we want to get back to school. We want to get back, starting to re-socialize. We want to get back to meet each other, for you to do your practical, for you to do everything that you need to do. But I'm here to tell you today, while we want to get back, remember, get the facts and get vax. Get the facts and get vax. But in all of that, Leave the rest to God. Bloom where you are planted. Leave the rest to God. You are promised some money. You did not get the money. Leave the rest to God. The cupboard may be empty at this time. Leave the rest to God. The student or the child may not be performing how you'd have wanted him to. Leave the rest to God. He may now take part in a group of friends which you never want him to be a part of. Leave the rest to God. Leave the rest to God. And so, while we leave the rest to God, I know maybe that Mr. Williams would have wanted the national anthem at the end. But from the week start, I'm led by the Holy Spirit. And each time I complete my discourse, I should remember to leave the words to our parents. Eternal Father, bless our land. I want it to be played the first verse only. Eternal Father, bless our land. And if we say, Eternal Father, bless our land, we should leave the rest to God. Leave the rest to God. He's able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ever ask or think. Leave the rest to him. Do not fight your battle on your own. Leave the rest to him. The best is yet to come. Leave the rest to God. Bloom where you're planted and leave the rest to God. The national anthem. Thank you, Mr. Gilzine. And as you go forward in the day, and there are so many things happening to our family and friends, leave the rest to God and bloom where you're planted. All those children who want to leave us, Marti, bloom where you're planted, leave the rest to God. I ask permission at this time for our Vice President of our Past Student Association, Miss Sharon Smith, to speak to us and greet us at this time. Permission, Mr. Williams. Remember to leave the rest to God.
Dr. Wright, the guest speaker has to go in a few minutes, so I would allow her to speak at this time because she's at work. Has to go.
Okay, Miss Smith. Thank you for that. All right, at this time, thank you, Dr. Wright, for your message. And as it is said, parents, just leave it Leave the rest to God. All right. At this time, I'm just going to invite somebody who can do it better than me to introduce our guest speaker. I know that time is of importance. So at this time, we're going to invite the lovely Mrs. Bridget Barrett to introduce our guest speaker. Bridget?
Thank you, Mr. Williams. To our specially invited guests, to our principal, vice principals, members of staff, our parents, and our very important students, good morning. Our guest speaker is a past student of the Marti Technical High School. So the principal just said, if you want to leave, bloom where you're planted. She bloomed where she was planted. She graduated in 1994. She is one of the school's current mentors. She mentors Siobhan Foster, who graduated last academic year. However, she remains with him and continues to support his career path. She also plays an integral role in advising and mentoring students in the mentorship program. It is therefore fitting for her to have chosen a career path as a certified life and behavioral coach. She holds a bachelor's degree in human resource management. She is the owner and operator of Born to Shine Inc., York, PA. She's also a member of the board of directors at Women's Media Watch Jamaica and board member of Women Entrepreneur Network of the Caribbean. Our speaker thrives to nurture young minds as she believes in empowering through education. Please welcome Miss Moya Staton. Sit back and listen to her as she encourages us to refocus, reset, and restart. Miss Moya Staton.
Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
very
awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I actually had a flashback of my grade 10 year, my first morning, September. I typically go back to school on my birthday. My birthday is on September 6th, so it's either on my birthday or after my birthday, I will be at school. It was one of the most exciting things. You know, we have our little drawbacks here and there, but good morning to the principal, Dr. Wright, vice principal, teachers, staff members, past students, if anyone is on here, as well as our current students. Grade 10, welcome. So I want to start by saying this. As you enter the 21 to year 2022 school year, I want you to reflect on year 2020 and to acknowledge any and all learning opportunities that crossed your path. You're all coming from grade 9, so the reflection would be on what did I learn during my year in grade 9. The pandemic had made it completely hard and a little bit of a struggle for a lot of us. I too have a school-age child that struggled with the pandemic. And she also has learning issues where she gets depressed because she cannot see her friends. So I do not want you to carry any bad habits into this new school year. And you will quickly realize the areas of refocus are not new areas. There are things that you were doing before. Many of them you have battled with from time to time. And for example, consistency, believing in yourself, working hard, sacrifice, patience, self-love, and most of all, grace. Yes, you are to be consistent. And you ask yourself the question, are you consistent in your efforts to be successful? Success is not easy, and it is not hard either, but it does take commitment, consistency, never quitting or giving up on your efforts and your dreams. Do you believe? Believe that you can do whatever you set your mind to, because it starts with that very, very special foundation, having a belief system. Work hard, doing your research, your assignments, your projects, your classwork, and creating a timetable to allow you to be successful in whatever attempts that you make. You can put the work in. Be willing to sacrifice your time to get what needs to be done and get what needs to be accomplished. Whatever is outside of these gates. And this is something I tell my children. So I have 2 college-age children rather. And this is something that I tell them all the time. Social media is one of the hardest things for them to break the addiction from, but anything that is outside of those gates will be at those gates waiting for you after you graduate high school, even after you leave college. So the fast money, the fashion, the new phones, all those things will be right there waiting for you after the education. As your principal so rightfully stated, put the work in. Your education is what will lead you out of poverty. It is one of the most instrumental resources you can have to get your way out of poverty. So a little sacrifice, it won't hurt. It will actually help. Be patient and you will accomplish a whole lot more when you are patient. When you plan accordingly, you will have time to accomplish those goals that you have set before you. Here's a necessary one: self-love. Learning to love yourself and having grace, giving yourself grace. And giving yourself grace is not saying that you will not hold yourself accountable. Giving yourself grace is saying that you are human and you will make mistakes, but refocus, reset, and restart. Refocus, reset, and restart. Loving yourself enough to be patient with you, knowing that mentally you must be centered and focused, be able to reset and refocus. Your prayer life is also very important. Are you committed to praying? Those of you who are true believers will understand that consistency, patience, grace, and prayer has a positive effect on your mind, your body, and your spirit. But even knowing all these things, you will eventually can fall off track. But what do? You refocus, reset, and you restart. And you can do it over and over again until you get it right. But you must be willing to do so. There are times where you will get so frustrated and you will probably ask yourself, like, what am I doing? I know I can do better. I know I can do this. You know you have the ability to accomplish anything you set your mind together. But first, refocus, pause, breathe, reset, and then restart. To say it is hard to get back on track is a complete understatement. Some of us find it easier to do so than others. However, it must be done. This goes for any area of your life. You will make mistakes. You will get off track at times, but be sure to learn something new about yourself each time you get off track. Be aware of your strengths, your weaknesses, and the areas of opportunities that exist. Listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to your teachers, and most of all, listen to your parents. You will know and feel when you are off track. In this process, when you begin to feel that way, you have to learn, again, to give yourself some grace, to be patient with yourself. You will see a difference in you the next attempt. You will be successful when you listen to yourself. So refocus, reset, and restart. It means you will no longer feel sorry for yourself when you fall off track by giving yourself some grace. The key is not to give up. You will reset your mind, restart the process, and refocus every single time. You will not sit in self-pity. You will do this as many times as you need to be successful. You will do it until you break the bad habits that you developed over the years. And until you learn to retrain your brain, you will have to start the process of refocusing, resetting, and restarting. Here are 6 things that you can use to reset, restart, refocus. Unplug from social media. It is the hardest thing to do, but it's the necessary thing to do. It eliminates the distraction. Breathe. Take a deep breath each time. Pray and meditate. Do a self-analysis. And one of my favorite is journaling. Putting the thoughts that you have running through your mind at times that you sometimes feel you're out of control with, and put them on paper. Journaling has helped me during my years in high school when I felt like I couldn't speak what's on my mind because I didn't understand how to get it out. I had a great support system at school, but I also needed to figure out how can I stand on my own. Journaling had helped me, and it has created this habit of becoming a great poet, thanks to my English literature teacher. Set realistic goals for yourself. Set big goals, then set smaller goals and even smaller goals to get you to where you need to be. Start and hold yourself accountable. And lastly, refocus, reset, readjust, restart, and do this as many times as you can. Just don't quit. Thank you so much for having me. I hope what I have stated had some type of impact on the group. I really wish you all the best, the greatest success. And as your principal stated, bloom where you're planted. I didn't quit us at Marti. Even when I was given the opportunities to do so, I didn't leave. I love my alma mater. I will always contribute the best ways I can. And I will repeat his words to you. Bloom where you're planted and leave the rest to God. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Staten. That was lovely, short and spicy, to the point. And I'm sure that our students have been listening, our parents have been listening. But I will allow somebody who's a little more capable than me to give you the vote of thanks. Mr. Senior, it's your time, sir.
Mr. Williams.
Yes.
We all can hear me?
Yes, Senior, we can.
A warm and cherished morning to our most valued, honorable guests. Chief guests, Miss Moya Staten, students, parents, principal, vice principal, teachers, and everyone else that is here. It is my privilege and it is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of Ms. Staten. On behalf of the grade 11 family, I give a really heartfelt vote of thanks to you who spent your busiest time gracing us this occasion. As stated before, you're at work, really busy. Today we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this definitely encourage us in our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and show us new path. We really appreciate you being here this morning, and I'm pretty sure we will refocus, reset, and restart. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, and all the best for the new school year.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss, and thank you, Mr. Senior. Miss Smith, Miss Sharon Smith.
Hi.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning again, guys. Good morning. I am Sharon Smith, Interim Vice President of the Marti Alumni Association, New York. I bring you greetings from my association and the rest of my executive members. Good morning to Dr. Wright, Vice Principal Tullo, Ms. Bogle, Mrs. Dennis, our liaison officer, Mrs. Ford Walker, other members of staff, parents, teachers, and students. I am excited, as always, to bring you greetings. This is a very important school here, as each speaker has been reiterating that grade 10 is a very serious year, a serious time of your life. So I hope all of you students are ready to refocus, reset, and restart this journey of grade 10. This is your pre-adult years. This is pre-college. This is pre-career path. And I want you to, again, refocus, reset, and restart. Don't focus on the pandemic of what is going on. Focus on what you can do. As the speaker said, focus on your weakness, focus on your strength. On your weakness, you try to get whatever help you can to enhance your weakness, and you continue to strive with your strength. And then, as Dr. Wright said, you leave everything to God. I am a proud past student of Marti. I am the liaison officer to our mentorship, the school's mentorship program. And there you have it. That's one of our mentors. That's one of our advisors, Miss Moya Staten. And as you can see, we walk those corridors of Marti, and we are proud past student of Marti. We are Blue Power. And you have gone through grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, so you know what it is when we say blue blood run through your vein. Take that to the highest level. We are all over the world in all different types of careers. And remember one thing, now that you're at this age, you should have been doing it before, but this time, remember, you learned to give back. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be anything but service. A hi, a hello to your neighbor. A hi, a hello to your fellow students, to your peer, a hug. Something, ask somebody, what can I do for you? Because that, along with working and studying, also makes you a total man. It is said that we are here on earth and our rent is by giving back service. The rent we pay is by giving back service. So today I implore you to give service back some way, somehow. Get involved. Get involved in something and refocus, restart, reset, and restart. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith, for your very encouraging words. And I'm sure that our parents and our students especially are taking advice. And I hope that we are making some jottings, because the palest ink is better than the brightest memory. You might wonder what that means. So it's better to write down some of the things that are being said, because different speaker is speaking and each person have their different points given to you. So I'm expecting my senior students from now, start doing some notation so that you will remember a few things moving forward into this new school year. At this time, we're going to allow the dean to come and speak to you. And I'm sure you're familiar with the dean already, but however, we have to reinforce some things, and no other than Mr. Milton will address you at this moment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. To our principal, vice principals, to our colleagues, teachers, parents, students, good morning. Just a word of encouragement to you before I touch on my main point. I know this time is very challenging for you, but last year we have a certain challenge where some students, I know you go under pressure where it is related to your SBAs and the preparation for school in related to the online platform. Now, I just want to tell you this, if you have any issue at all, I'm sure your teachers are more than capable and they are waiting to help you in any area you find yourself short, right? Because last year we had some issues where the dean department has to be involved in actually going out to students to actually retrieve their SBAs. And remember, at this time now is where the real challenge is, where you have to understand that, as the guest speaker would have stated, and other persons before me that your pre-college start here. This is where now you will be tested at the end of your years at Marti, your achievement. And we didn't get where we are by just sitting down and doing nothing. As the theme said, we have to refocus. We have to ensure that we restart, and we have to get our mind at the place where we know that yes, it is online, it is COVID, the pandemic, but yes, we can achieve it at any task given. Marti is willing to go the extra mile. I've seen where parents would have reached out on many occasions trying to assist their child. Parents, I just want to implore you, keep up that same good work that you have been doing. This time, it requires much more from you, but at the end of their tenure, they will definitely, and you will be a proud parent, all right? So I just want to touch that point. Now, there are four things that I want to speak to you about as it is related to Marti: our face-to-face protocol, our online protocol, our COVID-19 protocol, and our SWIBIS program that has been implemented within the school. Now, you know, as a school, we make our preparation should in case face-to-face would come. We are happily and ready. We have made the administration of the school would have made the preparation for face-to-face. So as it is related to your code of conduct, you would have been fully culturalized already. You would have been in the system. You have a minimum amount of face-to-face, but there are some instances where the school culture would have been embedded in you. Now, the code of conduct is very important. All the aspects of what you need to know about the school and what the school entails in safety and security and in discipline is embedded and encoded within the code of conduct. So parents, go through the code of conduct one more time with them, let them understand the do's and the don'ts. So to come online and to be face-to-face, you know, school begins 7:45. 7:45, you must be online, log in, ready to do what? Mark your name and do your devotion with your form teacher. 2:30, you must be online again with your form teacher. If you are not present, then definitely you will be marked absent for the day. And you know that that is very important as information gather as a school for us to make further decisions to better the institution and your lives. So that is very important. Your ear must be on, boys, on one level. Your ear must be on one level. Try to remember that at all times, right? 1/4 inches. Female, you always remember this. There should be no braid, no ear whatsoever in your ear, online or face-to-face. So once you come to school and you're not properly attired, the code of conduct is not something that should be put in a corner. It is a governing thing that we use to govern the principles of the school. So once you're coming on campus, you have to remember that you must be properly attired in your uniform. Face-to-face require that, let me just reiterate, black shoes. Female, your skirt must be 6 inches below your knee. You have to understand that the vest must not be tight, must not be altered. Male, the same thing, your pants must not be altered. So once you're coming face-to-face, all the requirements must be met. Parents, don't let the child go to the barber and trim how they feel like, because that will not be acceptable. Because when you come to school, they're going to have challenges with the dean, all right, and the school administration and our own. Online, they must log in on time. They must ensure that, listen, while they are in class, there should be no disruption of class. If you have an issue in any way, form, allow the teacher to rectify it. If the teacher cannot rectify the matter, it must be referred to the Dean of Discipline or the Guidance Department for further intervention. So that is very important. If you have an issue parent, don't feel like they cannot contact us. We are always available. We're at school every day. The Dean's Department is always open. If you need to contact us, you can at 648-9452. 648-9452. And you can email us at dean.ozemarti@gmail.com. That's dean.ozemarti@gmail.com. Now, as I said before, we don't have any room now for any disruption, for anything like that, because you should do what? You should refocus your mind, your energy, your thought, your being, and achieving at this stage. This is the stage where your SBA is most important, your studying is most important, to try and achieve the maximum that you can get out of this very noble institution, right? So that is one of the other things that we want to look at. The other thing is the COVID-19 protocol. Once you're coming on the compound, there are certain requirements of you that is expected of you, all right? That is certain requirement that is expected of you to do once you're coming on the school compound. At the gate, you're required to wash your hand. There's a wash station that is set up all over the school compound. We have our sanitization dispensers. We have capable staff is going around to sanitize the school compound to ensure your safety and security. Remember, when you're at school, you cannot be gathering. You must be 6 feet apart according to the COVID-19 protocol. You must always ensure that you do not hug, you do not touch, you do not eat from each other. Not that we're antisocial, but it is very important for your safety, for your family's safety, for the staff safety, for everybody's safety. Follow the protocols that have been implemented and instituted by the school. All right, students? So that is very important. Now, we want to touch on our SWBIZ, SWPBIZ program that have been instituted in the school from the Ministry of Education. I know it is nothing new to you, which is our school-wide positive behavior intervention support. Now, this, as you know, embrace positive behavior within the school environment, as we would have developed our core value, which stand for first. And you know, Ozemarti, we always believe that, listen, we must soar. So guess what? We are first. So focus, intellectual, respectful, sociable, and we take all these values, we take them to the world. So as we are first, we ensure that, guess what? We encourage each other. We are be there for each other. We have to ensure that, listen, we speak kind words to each other and always embrace the positive side of any situation within the school. So that is very important, parents. We have a video that will sum it up. Mr. Gilzine, a video that will sum up our SWBIZ that we implement within the school.
Focus, intellectual, respectable, sociable, to the world. We are first.
Focus, intellectual, respectful, sociable. And we take all these values to the world. Welcome to Jose Marti Technical High School. Here, we operate under the SWPBIZ core value of being first. Yes, we always want to be first. We operate under the motto, Trabajando y estudiando para ser el hombre total, which means working and studying to be the total man. Now, of course, in order to be the total man, we have to ensure that we are first. Yes, first. We encourage our students, and not just our students, but our staff members, to be focused. When we are focused, we can achieve anything and everything. We have to be intellectual. We also have to be respectful. Respect carry anyone throughout the world, and these are values that we instill in our staff members and in our students. Sociable. We all have to get along. Yes. We all have to coexist in an environment, and this is important. To the world. We take these values to the world, as you know, because Martians are all over the world. Yes, we are first. First is embedded in our school culture. We are focused, intellectual, respectful, sociable, and we will take all these values to the world.
Focus. Intellectual. Respectful. Social. To the world. We are first.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gilsey. So as we go through our school here, we are embracing SWP Biz because we are all about the positive side of any situation. All right. So again, parents, I just want to say to you, check their work on a regular basis. Make sure you check in with them in the morning when they are logging on to class, because you want to ensure that they are coming to class, because it is very important. We don't want a situation where they are trying to play catch up, because that now will not work out in their favor at all. So we want to ensure you check their work, ensure that they are doing the SBAs, keep abreast, keep in touch with the teachers to ensure, because at this time, this is where now you want them to excel to the highest level. So any issue at all you have, just reach out to the school. The well-able staff, Dean of Discipline Department, Guidance Council Department, everywhere, your teacher's grade coordinator, we are here to assist you in any form, any way given. All right? So don't think that you're in this alone. We are here, and we are here to give our 100%. So this is my word to you this morning. God bless you, and you have a productive day.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Milton, our Dean of Discipline. Well said. So at this time, with no further ado, I'm going to invite our guidance council to speak to you at this moment. I'm going to invite Mr. Jadu to speak. Sir Jadu?
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
You all hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Protocol already observed. Good morning to my senior students and parents. Good morning to the academic staff, administration, and also to our principal and vice principal. Once again, good morning to you all. To my senior students, I think, we're all disappointed because we would have wanted to come back to school and to, socialize and meet with our teachers, meet with our friends, and get some work going. But you and I are well aware of the circumstances that we're now in. And that is why we have to just work with what is available to us. I'm hoping and praying, though, that in the near future, we can come back and, engage in face-to-face modality and with respect to the protocols. Last year, when I addressed you, you and I never knew that we would have experienced the same situation. However, life goes on. To my senior students, the Micro Teachers College motto, it says here that do it with thy might. And I'm saying to you that you will work with all your might on your CXC years and then move on to college and university. So we are working with you, students. I need to share some, coping skills with you, despite the situation, because students, I know that you are tired of the home, you want to get out of the home and all of that, and you really want to come back face to face. But as time goes by, as I said before, we just have to work with what we have at our own disposal. Now, in terms of some building tips and coping skills, coping mechanism, and self-esteem, here it is, students. Focus on your strengths. Work on your weaknesses. Associate with positive people, people who can encourage you to be the best person that you can be. Ask your family members and friends to tell you what they like most about you, right? Write these down and review when you feel depressed, because we will feel depressed at times. There's no doubt about that. That will come. Find and develop your talent. Celebrate your achievements. You had moved on to 10th grade, celebrate. Although you have moved on to 10th grade, but just remember, this is a CXC year, and you have to be more responsible in terms of this particular time where your CXC is concerned. Develop teamwork, develop excellent interpersonal skills, students, develop leadership skills. Remember, students, that you will be our future doctors, lawyers, teachers, scientists, airline pilots, soldiers, police officers, singers, farmers, accountants. Remember, grade 10 students, we are depending on you. Despite the challenges, we will have to depend on you, because tomorrow you will be in charge and we have to depend on you. Maintain an attitude of optimism. Maintain a high self-esteem. Learn a new language. Practice time management. Have organizational skills. Dress well. Yes, students, you can do it. Speak well. Practice courtesy and decorum. Complete assigned tasks. Become a critical thinker. Develop good communication skills. And by extensive reading, listen to cool and wonderful music. As the theme for orientation week, refocus, reset, and restart. Because students, you are going to do it, whether you like it or not. We are depending on you. So these are some of the skills that you need to take into consideration. And I'm sure that you are writing down some of them. And as I said, students, hopefully, when we get back face to face, then you will see the real teachers in us. Because of the present modality, we just cannot be ourselves. But when you come back, we're hoping and praying for that, observing the protocols, then you will see us, because many of you guys are well aware that my team, Sim Sima, who got the keys to my Bima, who am I? You all know that, students, and trust me, when you come, we will get it done, and we are going to do it. Students, irrespective of the situation that you are in, my grade 10 students and parents, stand tall, stand with respect, stand with dignity, stand with strength, stand with love, stand with care, because as I said before, tomorrow you are our future leaders. You are our future doctors. You are our future teachers. In every aspect of life, you are our future leaders, students. So these are some of the tips that I have for you, how you can cope and how you can rebuild, how you can refocus, reset and restart and get things going, student. It is your year. Shine, breathe the brilliant star that you can be. It was General Colin Powell said, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Do not waste your mind. Do not waste your strength. You have the ability. You can do it. Others have done it, and you can do the same. Professor Errol Miller said the same thing. Once you set your mind to something, you can achieve it, and you can do it, and we are depending on you. You hear some of the speeches from our principal, from our vice principal, and also from the guest speaker. They believe in you. The Governor General said it. I believe, because what? We believe in our students. We're not going to give up on you irrespective of the situation that you are in. Parents, I know it's a challenge for many of you. Some of you have lost your jobs. Yes, some of you have, you receive a pay cut, but thank God you still have something coming in. It might not be much, but here at Hosamadi Technical High School, we try our very best to assist our students. Remember now that the guidance department is always ready to provide you with all the counseling services that you need. So I think you have my number from last year. Anyway, Mr. Gilzin will put it back in the chat or put it on the screen for you to see. So please, whatever the concern, whatever the issues, come in and talk with me. Come in and talk with our guidance, all the members of the guidance department, headed by Mrs. Francis and other colleagues. So we're all here. The entire school family is here to support you and to work with you. Students, you are our responsibility. We have to work with you. We have to care for you. We have to educate you and stand with you irrespective of what we are going through. Now, there are a few things that I need to share concerning PATH. Now, parents, last year, some of you expressed your concern to me about PATH program. You were trying to get on, and it was so challenging. Now, please contact me. I will send you to the persons once you are in St. Catherine. If you are in Kingston area, then it's going to be very difficult for me. But once you are in St. Catherine, I know persons that I can send you to, and they will assist you. Because, you know, they would have had some challenges, but they will assist you as well. So anything concerning PATH, contact the guidance department. And one of our colleagues is responsible, Mrs. Pendergrass Francis. She will assist you with all the information. All right? Devices. Now, parents, this is a major, major concern. I know that even yesterday, parents were still asking, they were still begging, they were still pleading that they need a device, they need a laptop, they need a tablet for their children or child, because, you know, the one phone is available and trust me, it is malfunctioning now. But parents, as I said to you before, I am not sure when we will get additional devices, but as soon as these are available, you will be informed. And when you come, and we will try our very best to assist you. And we will also ask the PATH Student Association and other members of our business community as well. And whoever can assist, we will try. I know it's a major concern for you, but students, we're going to help you the best way we can. And remember too, that if you do not have any device, the self-paced packages or material provided for you. So you can come into the school, collect same, work on it, and bring it back. The teachers will mark it and give it to you as well. Re-year vocational area students, I'm hoping that most, if not all of you, would have settled now in your vocational area. Yes, some students ask for change, but remember that it can be very challenging when you request changes. But you know, we do not force students to do whatever they do not want to do. So if changes can be made, then I will talk with your grade coordinator, Mr. Williams, and we will talk with the teachers, and you know, we see how best we can assist you. Because I know that most of you did not get to do any practical last year. Hopefully, you will be able to come in and do some practical work, because this is a time that you have to prepare for your CXC and do your SBAs and all of that. So we are here to support you and to help you as time goes by. Let me remind you, parents, of my number. My number is 540-3778. Let me repeat, 540-3778. So parents, students, and teachers, this time we are refocusing, we are resetting, and we are restarting, and we are putting everything in place to go. Now, as I said before, students, irrespective of the situation, irrespective of where you are, you're going to shine. You can do it, and it will be done because we are depending on you. Kenny Rogers, one of my favorite singers, is a big name in the Jamaican society. When you put your heart in it, excuse me, when you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. And this song will be played by our Chief Technical Operator, Mr. Gilzine. Once again, students and parents, to all my teachers, my principal, my vice principals, my HOD, Mrs. Francis, we are thankful for the support. We are thankful for the care. We are thankful especially also to the ancient staff, those who assisted us throughout the past year, and we're in this new academic year, and we're hoping that we will get the same, even more assistance from you. Once again, stand tall, stand with respect, stand with dignity, stand with strength, maximum respect every time. When you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. Mr. Gilzine.
We knew it was 1 in a million. It was such a long shot, but somehow we got here together. And who knows what will happen? Anything can happen. Anything could happen. Anything. If we keep getting better, and we keep on believing, when you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. Who's to say that we can't make it? It's the same dream that we share. When you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. This road was so long and winding. It was such a hard road, but we couldn't stop once we had started. We were always getting closer. We can make it when you put your heart in it. It can take you anywhere. Who's to say that we can't make it? It's the same dream that we share. Keep on believing. Keep on believing. When you put your heart in it, when you put your heart, it can take you anywhere. Who's to say that?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jadu, for your words. And thank you also for that video, that little music, that little item there that you interject. All right, this time we're going to continue the program. I'm seeing where parents are having questions, but there's going to be a section, especially in the breakout room, when you go to the different form teachers, parents, There you can pose whatever questions you will have, right? So don't worry, just write down those questions. All right, so at this time, we should be looking at introducing to you our form teachers, but before I go directly into that, I'm just going to allow one of our subject teacher of Spanish, Mrs. Watt Francis, to just quickly, for 2 minutes, talk to you as it relates to Spanish, just for 2 minutes. Miss Watt Francis, are you up and ready? All right, our mic is on, not muted. Uncle Gilly, could you give her that privilege, please?
You can go ahead and unmute Miss Watt Francis.
Thank you. Buenos dias. Blessed day, everyone. Yes, I just want to encourage my parents today. If your child is going to be doing Spanish, please make sure it's something that they really want to do. Learning Spanish is challenging face-to-face. It's even more challenging online. So I want to make sure that they indeed will have their heart in it. I'm so glad when Mr. Jadu asked for that song to be played, because to learn Spanish well, we need to have the right attitude towards the language. It's not a subject, it's a language. So we use it to communicate, and if they're going to do it, they have to put everything into it. So they can't simply do it because they don't want to do the other subject that is opposed to Spanish, or they feel that, you know, they can come and waste time, because I will be at them to get the work done. Now, when getting the work done, I will be compiling a workbook that they will be using for grade 10 and 11. All right, so I just want you to be aware of that. So for this end of month, please budget $2,000 to purchase Spanish workbook. As soon as it's ready, you will be made aware, and then you will come to school, get your book. Students will do the work as assigned, and I will let them know when to return the work. I will mark the books, and it will be returned to them, and we continue that process. So this book is going to be very valuable and useful, because I'm doing it so that you will have it to use in both grades 10 and 11. So please, parents, sit with them, talk with them. We know that Spanish is useful. Vision 2030 for the Ministry of Education requires, they wish, they desire that, you know, all persons will be bilingual. And what better language to have than Espanol? Remember, our school is a gift from Cuba. So let's just, you know, continue to honor, you know, them for giving us this wonderful gift simply by learning Spanish. I thank you. I will type my number in the chat for the parents of grade 10. All right, whose students will be doing Spanish, whose children will be doing Spanish. Thank you very much.
Okay, Miss Watt Francis. All right, good. All right, now at this time, we'll ask my supervisor, Mrs. Keisha Walker, to speak with you. Over to you, Keisha.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the start of the new school terms. At this time, we are going to be introducing our team to everyone. We have a wonderful team working with this year, and we are looking forward to working with all of our parents and students this academic year. We want each and every one of us to excel at the maximum level. So welcome. Please allow me to introduce you to our team, and stay tuned and listen. And students, please pay attention to your form teachers. You can write it down. All right, go ahead. Mr.
A lot of
Gilson?
youths in life say them can't take the pressure no more. But from your trust in the most high life, I go get better, I'm sure. The youth juggle on the roadside, Babylon say fi take up your bag and go. Boy, but we still not give up. Me say we solid as a rock like Kalanje. Nah give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough gets going. One juggle your fruits, don't give up.
Hi everyone, I am Jamie Gale, one of the agricultural science teachers and 4-H leader. I will also be grade 10 1A form teacher. I am so looking forward to a good time being a part of this wonderful grade 10 team and promise to give of my best and to ensure that my contribution will enhance a smooth sailing throughout 2021-2022 school year. Have yourselves a wonderful time. Ensure we go through this stress-free. I hope that can be achieved.
I am Miss Allen, 10 1B homeroom teacher for the academic year 2021-2022.
So even when the road get rocky, me say me never give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough get going. My people, don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in. No.
Good morning. My name is Carlton Johnson, and I am the form teacher for grade 10-3. Thank you. Have a good day.
Don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough get going. One juggle your guide, your knife from the beginning. Why?
Greetings, everyone. I am Mr. Demar Senior, teacher of CAD from the Industrial Department and form teacher of 10-5.
But there ain't no giving in. Go on your taxi, you. Hey, I said the tough gets going. Ba 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 yeah. Nah give up. I said there ain't no giving in. Been facing struggles for so long. Job people, please me I beg you. Please could you hold on? I know the system have you down and you feel pressed down like 50 feet.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kamala Lewis Ferguson, form teacher of 10-8A, wishing you all a productive school year.
Good morning, awesome Martians. Welcome to grade 10. I just want to take the time out to welcome each and every one of you to a new school year. Last year was so challenging. Yes, I heard the cries. I heard the frustration. But guess what? You have passed that hurdle. You are now at the next. You are now at your new journey. This year is the year to reset and to refocus. Refocus and work on your goals. God will see you through. He did it last year. Oh yes. And he will do it again. I wish all of you a blessed and successful school year.
Good day, students. Welcome to the new academic year. I hope you all had a relaxing and rejuvenating break. I'd like to take this opportunity to commend you on reaching this far despite the adversaries we face maneuvering this online platform, as well as encourage you to continue doing what needs to be done to ensure your academic success. To my visual arts students, I look forward to a great year, getting to know each and every one of you better. Enjoy your day, and once again, congratulations on matriculating to grade 10.
Give up. I said there ain't no giving in.
Good morning. I am Keisha Ford Walker, I am a teacher in the business education department. I am one of your grade supervisors for this academic year. I take this opportunity to welcome you back to this school year. I know we have had several challenges during this pandemic. I hope we can persevere through the challenges and have a positive and productive academic year. Thank you. Welcome to grade 10.
Hello, my senior students of grade 10. We are looking forward for greatness, and I know that greatness is within all of you.
Hi, my name is Nicola Spence-Smith. I am a teacher of geography and one of the grade 10 coordinators. Welcome to grade 10 students. As we continue to navigate uncharted waters and learn new skills, be reminded that life is about accepting challenges, choosing to move forward, and savoring the journey. Let's reset, refocus, restart, and with God as our guide, we will succeed. I'm looking forward to a wonderful school year with you, our parents, students, and colleagues.
Me say me never give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going gets tough, I said the tough get going. My people, don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in. No.
Okay, so there you have it, parents, students, all those who are watching us at this moment, those who are our form teachers, vice principal, and of course, yours truly, and as you saw, Mrs. Walker and Mrs. Spence-Smith as well. Thank you, Mrs. Walker, for that introduction of that video. All right, students, parents, teachers, as we move on, we are going to hear from another person who is a part of the Jose Marti family. And with no further ado, please listen to our esteemed teacher, Mrs. Gordon Griffiths. Mrs. Gordon Griffiths, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Ministry officials, Principal Dr. Austin Wright, Vice Principals, teachers, parents, guardians, students, good morning. Parents, guardians, let me extend to you and your child my very best wishes for this academic year. It has started off as yet another unpredictable year as far as face-to-face classes are concerned. However, with you as these students' main support system, and with God as your guide, I am certain they will be able to get through these challenges. My aim this morning, parents and guardians especially, is to remind you of a very important supporting tool that all parents must have in place for their child. A tool that you will gain the best results from if put in place the moment this child was born. For some of you, it might be too late now. For some of you, you might have already started. I speak of no other tool than an educational fund, a personal savings just for this child. This savings I speak of, parents and guardians, is not a regular bank savings. As you and I know, you may get $1 on your returns based on what you put in over a year. I speak of a plan that is tailored for your child based on your budget. However, this plan allows you to be more disciplined and consistent towards this special savings. As you and I know, as Jamaicans, we often say, we are going to save. Yes, man, by the end of the year, I want to save 20,000, 60,000. You set your figures. And the year finishes and you realize you did not even put $1 down towards savings. Some persons may have started. However, that goal that you set out or you had in mind initially, you did not actually action it. You did not do the things to achieve it. Why? Because it was not structured in a disciplined way to encourage you to be consistent with the savings. Parents and guardians, your child will sit CSEC in less than 2 years. I am asking you today to allow me to help you to set up a plan just for them. If you had any relatives sitting CSEC last academic year, you would have realized that just to sit 4 CSEC subjects, the cost was roughly $21,000. For some of you, you are going to say, that's easy to find based on my salary or based on my current savings. However, has it ever dawned on you? Have you ever stopped to think about what a real emergency is? Have you ever said to yourself that you are indeed lucky that what has happened to some persons has not yet happened to you? It doesn't mean it cannot and it won't. I speak of an emergency parents and guardians, such as an illness. You had no idea you have it, one visit to the doctor, or one night not feeling well, and all of a sudden you have this illness that you have to receive treatment for. In 3 months, such an illness can drain all your savings just for treatment. Think on that. However, parents, with a plan like what I'm suggesting, you will still be able to pay off your child exam fees despite such emergency. I am urging you today, don't leave your child's educational goals to chance. Too often I see students' dreams being shattered. Why? Because their parents were not able to pay their exam fees. Don't find an excuse. I am asking you to use your God-given talent and your God-given skills to either A, start generating an income if you are presently out of a job, or B, if you are already in a job, use your talents and your skills to start generating an additional income. By doing that, you can ensure that your basic needs are met, as well as your child's educational finances. I am certain the teachers on the platform here today can attest to the fact that every single year for grade 11 students, there is even one student who did not get to sit their CXC exam because their parents failed to pay those fees. We were reminded this morning by our principal that, of course, we are supposed to trust in God. And of course, that's the best thing to do. But for those of you who believe in Christian principles, I am certain you would be aware that you are supposed to help yourself. Putting your trust in God and not applying yourself or giving of your best, as you were reminded, is not good enough. You are supposed to give of your best, and when you have given of your best, then of course, God will take care of the rest. Parents, let me help you today. I am Carolyn Gordon Griffiths. I am an insurance as well as a financial advisor. I work with a company known as Law Insurance Brokers. We are Jamaica's leading intermediary. We do business for Sagicor Life Jamaica, Guardian Life Jamaica, as well as international companies in the US, Cayman Islands, as well as England. Hence, we give you parents and guardians a wide range of products that can be tailored to fit your needs as well as the needs of your child. I have already made some personal calls to some parents. However, if you are so intrigued, please do give me a call or send me a message. For those who do not know my number is 835-0283. That's 835-0283. Please make those calls so that I can help you create a plan just for your child, just for this child. You would have failed as a parent if at the end of the day, your child did not sit their CXC exam, not because the child was not recommended for the subject, but simply because as a parent, at the time, you are not able to pay their fees. Thank you so much for your time. All the best for the school year ahead. Do have yourselves a terrific Thursday. Thank you so much, Mr. Williams. Over to you.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Gordon Griffiths. And I hope that our parents are listening. And some of you, most of you should be familiar with Mrs. Gordon Griffiths because she was the coordinator for grade 9 at the time. So you know her and you are in good hands. All right. As we move into the program, some of you might be exhausted and so on, but just bear with us. And I hope that you are still listening keenly at this time. Now, I'm going to speak to you in the capacity of the book coordinator because we have some challenges with students who have outstanding books in their possession at home there. And students, when you have these books, parents as well I'm addressing, you cause other students from the different grades not to receive their books. I know that I have students in my position now, presently looking at me, who have books from grade 7 or possible grade 8. And yes, you're moving to grade 9. Some of you didn't get any book because of those outstanding books. Parents, saying this to you now. Those students who have outstanding book, you need to purchase the books back if that's the case, or get a second-hand book if that's the case. Ensure it's not from another school. We do not accept books from another school. If it is a new book, it's okay. If it's a second-hand book without the stamp of any school in it, it is okay to replace what you have lost or damaged. There also be a penalty attached because you have the books for so long in your position. When you come to school to deal with the business of book, we'll deal with the penalty at that point. I'm just letting you aware of that circumstances. But if you have not returned all your books from the previous grades, students, you will not be able to get another set of book that we have challenge in getting, both from ministry in terms of book rental. We have not received any new additionals. So therefore, we are expecting the students who have the previous books to return them so that the other grades can be able to access book. Now, these are the dates when students should come, or parents, I should say, to collect the books for grade 10. Please take out something and write down this information for me quickly. October 12, we'll be dealing with 10-1 to 10-5 students. Just write down these dates, everybody, so that you are aware. October 12, grade 10-1 to 10-5 should come in from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. On October 13, 10-6 to 10-9 students at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please adhere to the dates and the time, parents. I have class to teach. The team that will be helping me in the book room, we have other duties to execute. That is why we put up a schedule. My main role is teaching. And parents, I'm asking you, please to adhere to the time that is slated. If you come any other time, we will not be able to assist you. So I'm asking you to work with the time that is stated as it relates to the book rental system. Thank you. There is a notice there. Thank you, Mr. Gilzine, been published to state the date. And I'm sure other parents have, or guardians have students in other grade. So also highlighting everything there. But we are looking today at the grade 10. There you are again, just to repeat, October 12, 10:1 to 10:5, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., October 13, 10:6 to 10:9 students, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Gilzine. All right, so we are coming down to the closing of our program, and we are at the most important aspect where the students will now hear their name being called by the different form teachers. And after this is done, you will see a link. There will be a link provided for you to go to that breakout room that you will have dialogue, or the form teacher will address you at that point. I'm going to repeat myself because I want our senior students to be clear at this moment. So after each form teacher has called the list of students that are in their class, a link will be provided in the chat. You need to take that link, and then you are going to be guided by it, and you will end up in a classroom. Your form teacher would have to allow you to come in. So don't go there as soon as they get it and you're saying, I'm not getting in, I'm not getting in, because this is the experience that we have been observing. The form teacher have to allow you in the classroom. So don't panic, just relax and just ensure that you take the proper step. At this time, I'm going to ask Mrs. Gale to call her list of students. Mrs. Gale? Uncle Gilly, could you give her that privilege? Not sure, we're not hearing her. Still not hearing.
Go ahead, Ms. Gill.
Mrs. Gale?
Her mic is open, but we are not hearing her. Somebody, could you please read that list for me?
Okay.
So for 1A, agriculture, Miss Gale's group, Brown Gale, we have for the boys, Shakoy Gordon, Javante Guthrie, Shamar Henry, Jaden Henry, McCoy Nelson, Deontay Reed, Damari Russell, Adrian Wright, Jamelia Brooks, Shamika Brown, Aliana Bruce, not seeing, okay, thank you. Anthony Downer, hold on. No, Anthony Campbell, sorry. Chantal Campbell, Keon Dias, Ariana Downer, Jada Ferron, Chean Folk, sorry, Marsha Harris, Sandrina Hunter, K. John McCullough, Larice McGann, Kevin McPherson, Ishiko
Roberts, Yusandro Scarlett, Lisa Ray Spence, Alia Thompson, Jamelia Tomlinson, Racina Walker, Carla Welcome, Kellis Wheeler.
All right, so check the chat, parents, for the link. Check the chat for the link. Okay, Miss Helen, you can go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Are you all hearing me?
I'm hearing you, Miss.
Yes, sir, hearing.
All right, thank you. So for 10-1B, that's Ricardo Ellis, Jaheim Higgins, Dante Peart, Dimitri Prince, Shamar Walters, Amanda Allen, Davian Andrade, Tamara Bailey, Akeelia Burrell, Emilia Burrell, Tashana Campbell, Rihanna Cormack, Abigail Davis, Tashana Earnacles, please correct me when we get to the classroom. Ashley Foster, Nishika Francis, Zanelia Gordon, Shania Main, Rihanna McHale, Eve Morrison, Daniela Russell, Sonique, I'm not sure of that pronunciation, Amory Smith, and I think that should be Sabrika Smith, Sidoni Taylor, Shayna Weathley, and Tashara Williams. Okay, let me just put the link here.
Okay, so the link will be sent. Please check the chat again, parents, students. Mr. Nelson.
Okay, pleasant good morning. For 10-2, that will be Jovi Allen, Warren Edwards, Demario Freighter, Jay Griffiths, Osiris Emmons, Daniel Moore, Rasheen Morgan, Marcus Phillips, Steve Russell, Shamar Samuels, Nathan Sarumi, Stephen Shea, Dadriel Smalling, Sian Daniel Sullivan, Novardo Williams, Savion Willis, Chris J. Wright, Alethea Gaynor, and Zori Morgan.
All right, so that's 10-2, and just check the link for check the chat, sorry, for that link for 10-2 class. Okay, now we have 10-3, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead, sir.
You are able to unmute now, Mr. Carlton.
Okay, yes, good morning, everyone. Okay, so for 10-3 mechanical technology, we have the following students: Adriana Bartley, Dominic Barrett, Ramek Blake, Richard Bovell, Jakeem Campbell, Nashawn Case, Jarrett Chatwang, Dante Davis, Janil Dyer, Demar All, Jaden Henry, Javon James, Tadre Jones, Askeem Marriott, Javoni Mighty, Roshane Morgan, Jaari Richards, Daria Taylor, Garvin Tingle, Kamal Tumble, Kevoy Tyrell, Richard Warren, Shamar Williams, Jaheim Williams, Savion Willis, Zidane Wright, Marissa Anderson, M. Clark, Danning Q. Dyer, Cypress Garden, Kishon Harris, Camario Herbert, Donai Owell, Safia Lewis, Q. Anna Little, Jaden Miller, Donick Reed, Rihanna Thompson, and Jamelia Walters. Those are the list of names. Thank you.
Okay. Please the link, Mr. McDermott, your time.
Good morning, everyone. So we have Devontae Campbell, Jamaldo Chambers, T-Roy Daly, Leon Henry, Malik Hutchinson, Mario Hunter, Jermaine Hyde, Danoy Jarrett, Horace Jagaru, Dalton Joseph, Jonte Jewell, Deshaun Kelly, Dante McCullough, Patrick Maderson, Kahil McKay, Giovanni Pinnock, Kamal Robinson, Kimani Scott, Ishmael Taylor, Kimani Virtue, Brian Wade, sorry, Garcia Wheeler, Ajay Williams, Akiva Edwards, Davian Gale, apologies for maybe the mispronunciation, but Rikelmi Hardley, Tavia Linder, and Tasharna Williams.
Okay, so check the chat again, parents, for the link for 10-4 that was just read. Now we have 10-5, Mr. Senior.
Yes, present. Morning again, everyone. Ricardo Austin, David Brown, Dominic Brown, Raheem Campbell, Jaquan Cunningham, Malik Davey, Dujon Dixon, Ricardo Ellis, Jordan Ferguson, Alwyn Gordon, Giovanni Hamilton, Khalil Hosing, Jaden King, Tajay Marriott, Jason McCullough, Duani McFarlane, Giovanni McFarlane, O'Shane McGaw, Romario Moffat, Patrick Miles, Demario Oldacre, O'Neill Palmer, Ricardo Panton, Kimali Parks, Dante Pearson, Kavari Pottinger, Daniel Sams, Scroll. So where am I? Sam's Mario Spencer, Dario Taylor, Tommy Thaxter, Jonathan Williams, Kiana, Wilson, Lemar Wright, Kadeen Cartre, Janelia, Dennis, Kimberly Scott. And there is the link to my class.
All right, thank you, Mr. Senior. Please check the chat, parents. Please check the chat, parents. I know you have some questions. Just wherever your child name is called, just go to that room when the time is there, and then we'll deal with it from there. I know you might have a little concern at the moment, but just bear with us for now. Whichever class your name was called in, just go there. Any other additional thing, we'll adjust it at that moment. I see all those raised hands, but please just work with us for the moment. All right, at this time we have Mrs. King, 10-6. Go ahead, Mrs. King.
Yes, good morning all again. So we have Rick Allen, Brandon Beckford, Deontay Gordon, Kemar Green, Alex King, Latrell McKenzie, Patrick Miles, Jordan Wilson, Zanil Allen, Daniela Anderson, Brittany Brown, Chanel Brown, Nanian Buchanan, Kadeen Chatry, Daniela Dennis, Kyla Henry, Faith Lawrence, Kamisha Lawrence, Makilia Moore, Jordino Richards, Brianna Rock, Adriana Salmon, Brianna Samuels, Kimberly Scott, Bobbian Stewart, Jada Thomas, Casey-Ann Thomas, Linica Thomas, Abigail Wallace, Jalecia White, Kenisha Williams, and Carrie Wilson. Please correct me when we meet. Thanks so much. That's for 10-6. I had sent the link via your email prior to.
Just add it in the chat too as well, please, miss.
All right. Okay, sir.
Thanks. All right. At this time, 10-7, Mrs. Barrett.
All right, so good morning, 10-7. Please listen to your names. So we have Amaria Crossburn, Prince Akeem Drummond, Javon Mitchell, Jamar Richards, Demario Tullo, Brad Wilson, Anelia Allen, DeAndre Blake, Chanel Brown, Jade Campbell, Khadija Campbell, is it Sugail Davis, Rashika English, Danae Farquharson, Rihanna Gale, give me a minute. So we have Brianna Gale, Samoy Horton, or Honeygun, I'm sorry, Swan Jones, Khalil Kelly, Delani Lewis, Devoy McDermott, Shanoya McDonald, Benicia McLeish, Jordan Millwood, Raquel Nelson. All right, so we are at Raquel Nelson. Sir, could you put the cursor back where Raquel is? Raquel Nelson, Anika Pusey, Raheem Rule, Fantasia Samuels, Sabrika Smith, Tiandra Terrelong, Regine Thomas, Shanika Townsend, and Caris Williams. All right, so those are the names for 10-7. I'm going to put the link in the chat now.
Please, parents, I see some people coming off. Don't go yet. Don't go yet, parents, students, don't go yet. Still stay in the class, this room at this moment. Don't go as yet. All right, so we have now for 10-8A, Mrs. Louis Ferguson.
Good morning, everyone. The following students are a part of 10-8A Home Economics Group. Antoine Forbes, Dwayne Francis, Shamar Hanchard, Justin Hartley, Tamisha Harchat, Janelle Barkley, Michaela Blake, Tanika Butler, Cara Campbell, Ashley Crossdale, Kevonia Davis, Shakara Day, Nayuka Dockery, Moisha Duffus, Arabia East, Khalees Ferron, Akelia Gooden, Otinia Gordon, Monet Alstead, Ashley K. James, Kayla McNeil, Adriana Powell, Dejanae Rose, Shaniki Salesman, Usanda Scarlett, Alicia Shirley, Alexia Smith, Tedra Smith, Chevanie Stevenson, Robina Williams, and Ralik Wilson. The link will be posted in the chat now.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, 10-8B. Please listen for your names. Steve Crossdale, Jamil Dyer, Shavoy Facey, Steve Russell, Rana Akin, Talicia Andrews, Shante Biggs, Kashim Bisesa, Shelley-Anise Blair, Ian Brooks, Michelle Brown, Shanique Brown, Khadija Campbell, Rashana Campbell, Rihanna Douglas, Anna K. Facey, Kimanda Ferguson, Sonika Gibbons, Anelia Grant, Abigail Green, Jadelle Hart, Patrice Johnson, Janelle Jones, Shaquana Lobsden, Deandra Reed, Indira Taylor, Tiana Terrelong, Shante Thomas, Mikina Wallace, Jada Webb, and Shanine Williams. Please look out in the chat for the link shortly. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Wilson.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So for visual arts, we have the boys, Rowan Ashmead, Damaria Freitor, Alwyn Garden, Damaria Kandekor, Kiana Wilson. For the girls, we have Naomi Anderson, Valiana Brown, Adan Chambers, Tuan Christie, Ajani Grant, Marissa Grant, Asha K. James, Damari Josephs, Kadeen Kilburn, Tishan Moore, Davishka Nelson, Akeelia O'Connor, Amanda Parnell, Malik Reed, Makahalia Sr., Marvia Stevenson, Rihanna Thomas, Abigail Wallace, Janelle White, and Zena Williams.
All right. So there you have it. So the names from 10-1A to 10-9 has been called. Please check the chat to see the link to go to that homeroom. But before we move out, I ask person not to move. I'm seeing the numbers getting less. Please listen to the instructions. You are senior students. All right, so before we go, I know that persons have questions. Just when you go to the chat, just, right, and here Mr. Gilzine is assisting also for the different links, all right? And just one last thing before we go, parents, students, Uncle Gilly, principal is just asking just to post the dates of the vax situation when you get a chance, if you can, on the screen when you are finished, right? So parents, again, I'm seeing the hand being raised. However, just go to the class that your child name was called in. You will share whatever concern with the teacher at that moment, and we'll address that at that time. So I hope you are all hearing me, those hands that are being raised. Just go to the class that you hear the child's name is called in. Whatever issues or concern you might have related to the form teacher there at the time with that link, or anyone that you catch, just go in there and we will address it from that point so that the child can be sorted out in terms of where they should be, right? So please take it from that angle, because we just want the thing to go smoothly. So I'm just saying to those persons that I see those hands, but just even select in a class, one of the links that you are looking at right here, and do so. All right. Principal asks us to display this, parents. Please note the information that you are seeing on the screen at the moment. Also acknowledge according to our principal of the school. Okay, with that being said, we have come to the closing of our orientation. I hope that you have learned a lot, and I'm just going to take 2 questions. Maybe those questions are extremely burning. I don't know if you forgot to put down the hands or what after hearing the instruction. Right? Let us see if I can assist. All right, I'm seeing.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, who am I speaking with, please? Parent name.
Daniel Dudley Milton, Kaniki Mackenzie, guardian.
Which class the child is in?
Which class were you in? 9 9. He was in 9-9, but I haven't heard his name at all.
Okay. All right, so that's what I'm saying. You just take one of the link, write it down, and just go into the classroom, whichever one, no problem. And then the form teacher who takes that information will fix it from there.
Okay then, thank you.
Yes, and I'm sure others have the similar concern. Just please listen. Please listen. If the child name is not called, please, parent, just take down one of the link for one of the classrooms. Go, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Thank you. please just take one of the link. Anyone, just take one of the link, go into that class, and then we can explain to the teacher there and we'll fix the matter. I hope you're all hearing my voice. Remember, these are senior students now. We have to listen and follow instructions. So if the child name did not call any at all, please just take one of the link, go to the classroom and speak with that form teacher. Thank you.
But sir, my child name is called 2 times, sir.
Just simple, same situation. Just go to that one of the link, because luckily they called twice for you. So just go to one of them, and based on the list, we'll sort it out right there with that form teacher. Please.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm calling on the behalf of Jada Thomas.
Yes.
She's trying to log in to her classes, but our email, she cannot get through with the email that she has. It says that our email password has changed.
It is saying that it has changed. That should not be. Is it the email that she's using from grade 9?
Yes.
Yeah, but this shouldn't be an issue. Was it active in grade 9?
Yes, it was.
It should not be an issue. Just check if she missed out a full stop or something.
Jada is supposed to be in 10-6.
There you go.
Just double check if her name, if I got it wrong from the broadsheet. Just let me double check that.
Okay, so that is being addressed.
Can you resend the link for 10-7, please?
The link is looking at you on the screen now. Come on, senior students. The link is on the screen.
Yes, sir, I know it's looking at me, but I cannot copy it and paste from.
Take your phone and take a picture of it. You have to think, senior students. So take out your phone, take a picture of what you're looking at. Just relax and think. All right, one more question, and I'm sure some of them are similar to what we are explaining. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with and the name of the child?
I'm speaking to Jamar Richard's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
I am at work and I'm using another device, so I cannot get into the classroom with the teacher.
So you're using another device?
Yes.
Where is the child at the moment?
He's at home.
Is he online with us also?
I don't think so, sir.
You don't know. All right, so what I'm going to ask you to just take the link that you are seeing on the screen. You are seeing it, right?
Yes, sir.
Please, and then try to access it as best as you can. Which class is the child in? Did you hear the name?
Yes, sir. 10-7.
10-7. All right. I'm sure 10-7 teacher is hearing you. You have a number. You could just highlight, please.
Okay, I will give you his number.
Let's type it in the chat so we could go back to it. Put the name of the child and the class and that number.
Okay, sir.
Sir, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm having the same issue. I'm at work and the child is at home.
Yes.
I'm not able to access the meeting.
Right. So do the same approach that I asked the parent just now to do, please.
So just type my cell number in the chat.
Yeah, and the name of the child and the class that the child is in.
All right.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Anne Jarrett. Parent of Danai Jarrett, and I'm having the same problem with the email. Whenever time you put it in, it is saying that it's not accessing the email.
Which class the child is in, please?
He's going in 10-4.
10-4.
Yeah.
All right. All
Mr.
right,
Williams,
Mr. Yes, Uncle
we
Gilly.
need to collect that information from the form teachers, or give them your number that they can text you the information, because some of the passwords have expired and we have to give them a new password. But
Okay.
I'm not able to do that in the run of things right now.
Okay, understand. All right, so I'm going to ask you to, same situation with your number. I hope that my form teachers are still on.
Some of them are no longer here.
Could you close that mic with that music, please? The guardian of that music in the background.
I'm going to have to leave now.
Okay.
Sorry, Sir Williams, I'm going to have to leave now because some students are waiting on me.
Okay, go ahead.
I have placed Jaden.
I'm hearing too much noise. Gilly, let us take control of that. Too much noise. I'm getting now. Uncle Gilly, could we close off some of that? Done.
The silence in same time.
Students, there are some mics that are open and we are hearing some music that are not acceptable at this time. Could you mute your mic and don't be disrespectful?
Mr. Gilsing, could you please identify those persons and remove them from the please remove them and please make note of their names so we can further have discussion with them.
Thank you.
Sorry, Sir Williams, before I leave,
yes,
Vivian King here.
Yes,
Jada
King.
Thomas is in 10-6. I have typed in the chat the email address that I have for her.
Yes, miss.
So you probably could follow it up there to confirm whether those that address is still alive or it was changed.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to leave now because my students are waiting. All right.
Yes,
thanks so much. And continue to have a great day.
Thank you.
Ali.
You too.
Yes.
Yes, Keisha. Hello. 1 second. You hearing me now? Hello? Yeah, hearing me now?
Microphone is open. Your microphone is open.
Okay, sorry.
Hello? Hear me now? Hello? Yeah, hear me now? Okay, your microphone is open. Okay, sorry.
Just a point to note here. If persons are still having challenge, we are still in the chat here. We are still online, myself and the other coordinator, to see how best those who are typing, we see how best we can assist those by taking information and assist where we can, all right? But if you are okay, just go to the classroom, or based on the instructions that I had said, just do that and speak with the form teacher at that point.
If you are okay, just go to the classroom, based on the instruction that I had said, just do that and speak with the form teacher at that point.
Mr. Williams.
Yes,
I have to prepare for another meeting.
Okay.
So I have to close this shortly.
Okay, Uncle Gilly, no problem. All right. Patrice Johnson, you have to leave a number. You can't just leave that message. We have to get a number so we can fix that. Need a number. Patrice Johnson. Can't communicate without a number to you. Saying the email address not working. Name of the child, all of those things. Name of the child who we are dealing with. You can't just leave the message like that. Which class the child is in? Okay. Thank you. Mr. Wilson, which class do you belong to? Uncle Gilly, when you have to go, that's all right, you know, understandable. All right, 10-7, Brad Wilson. We need a number for you so that we can fix the thing. 10-7. What's your contact number? Quickly. That's Brad Wilson. Yes, Doctor, we received that information already. We're taking them now, and then we address them after, because we can't deal with them same time. So we're taking on the concerns.
We received that information already. They have to be taken in the know and then access them after. The time details, concern.
Persons who are asking for the link, you have to go back to the top of the chat before we go and take those information from the top of the chat. All of this was displayed from the beginning. And we only have a few more minutes here because we have other meetings to address with the platform.
Persons who are asking for the link, go back to the top of the chat before we go and take those information from the top of the chat. All of this was displayed from the beginning. We only have a few more minutes here because we have other meetings to address with the platform.
People, if you have sent your information already, it doesn't make you send it again, because what we are doing now is to write down what we see, and then we'd have to do the necessary calling after. Right? That is what we have to do after. So don't think we can address it same time, because there's a lot of concerns here. We have to write down, so don't double send it if you send it already. It doesn't make any sense, because we'd have that information already. You don't need to send it again. All right? So please be mindful of that. So don't think we can address it same time, because there's a lot of concerns here. You have to write down, but don't double send it. Just send it already. Doesn't make any sense, because we have that information and we don't need to send it again. All right? So please be mindful of that.
I'm closing down now, people. Thank you.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, Mr.
Have a
Gills, I'm
wonderful
hearing
day.
you.
Oh, good.
Yes, so I'm there.
What? So what, you want to text in the chat then?
Well, I have to close off now because Mr. Gilzine has to go. Yes, Mr. Gilzine.
Oh, so I don't know if you want to give me an avenue to give at least those who ask.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just I'll writing down some information. All right, Uncle Gilly. If you have to go now, that's okay.
You're still writing from the chat?
Yeah, I'm taking what I can. I think Miss Walker is doing the same too. But if you have to go, you have to go. All right?
Okay.
Uh-huh.